All right, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Serious Angler podcast, where, as always, our main goal for you will be talking and hopefully teaching you something more about bass fishing. We have a special episode for you guys today. As always, we are joined by the captain, Mr. Andy Full, and unfortunately, we are Idaho Sheekenless, however you want to call it. We were without Deacon tonight, but as always, I'm your host, Bailey Eichbrett, and we have a new crew member sitting here with us that we'll get into the significance of why he's sitting with us today. I'm sure you could see from the title and kind of get a clue, but we are joined by Mr. Luis
Roll.
Delgado. Louis, what's going on, brother?
What is going on? ¿Cómo están todos? Oh, that's the wrong podcast. Hold on. What is going on, everybody? It's good. It's good to be here.
Got to
But
break
yeah,
out my American accent.
yeah, man. Let me get that southern drawl going. So there we go. I got it now. I'm locked in.
Now, after you speak in English, right, I want you to refrain everything you say every time in Spanish. Just
Every single time.
every
Okay,
single
perfect. See,
time.
this is why I'm here. There were some complaints about the Serious Angler Network, and I've been brought on to diversify.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. Yes, welcome. Diversity hires. Yes.
Hey,
Yeah.
DEI, they got rid of DEI, bro.
Listen. I can say this with. I'm allowed to say this. Okay. There was the need to diversify, and I have officially become the token the token brown man.
The token brown man.
Everybody needs one.
Everybody needs one.
But I'd be out of line to say everybody also needs tacos.
No, you would never be out of line to say that. So I mean,
If you're bringing
we
tacos to the party, you're more than welcome, bud.
listen, homemade, bro, homemade tacos, homemade guac, the salsa's homemade, and the pico de gallo is homemade. So you're never out of line, dude. That's perfect.
Love it. Anytime.
You know when you
Always
say
invited.
pico de gallo and you actually say it the right way, that
It's
you're
yeah. We'll work on it though as we go.
dude. One of the first dates my wife and I went on, she was we went to a Mexican restaurant
Yeah.
and she pronounced it pico de gallo. And I'm just like, what did you just say? I always remember it to this day. It still makes me laugh to this day.
Oh
But
man,
yeah,
that's good.
her Spanish is terrible. It's very
There it is. That's pretty good, man.
no, it's horrible. But dude, welcome to the podcast in life. Number one, welcome to the Serious Angler podcast. Officially getting you on here because for folks who don't know, Louis has been the main man behind the scenes for coming up on a year now, right?
Yeah, it's been a little over a year. Yeah.
Has it been over a year?
It's been a little over a year. Yeah.
No way. I thought it was like October, but I'm
No.
every day's a blur, as you know, with children. So
I think I officially got kicked into it. If not a year ago, maybe I'm talking about maybe a few days over a year, not that much, but yeah,
Dang.
I
Well,
could be
either way,
wrong, but I
either way,
just yeah,
we'll
we
figure that out offline. But
yeah.
for the folks, if you follow Serious Angler on social media, you see any of the podcast clips, you follow the Lure Lab, that's all Louis. Louis has been a huge help to the team. Is a grinder, a hell of a human being, and dude, you are building up your own personal brand on
Mhm.
your end of things too. So if people aren't following you on there, we're gonna have all that down below on every show going forward, just like it is for us. Because for folks, officially, Louis is part of Team Serious Angler, and you have a special mission that you'll be working on here soon. Obviously, being a part of the shows, not on every show, but being a part of the Serious Angler Network in a new way, meaning officially taking over Kayak Fishing Weekly, dude.
Yeah. No, it's I'm super excited. I mean, I'm beyond excited. Obviously, kayak fishing is a giant passion for me. It literally changed the trajectory of my life. So I'm just excited to pick up a show that was already great, that I was already a fan of, and love Justin and
Yeah.
What he was doing. And so I'm just pumped to see what the future holds for Serious Angler, and then now Kayak Fishing Weekly. So yeah, super excited to be here. Thank you guys so much.
Hell yeah, but I mean, obviously, we believe in you. But for folks to kind of give you guys the full landscape of what is happening here, as is essentially there's gonna be a Kayak Fishing Weekly show all about this too, where Justin essentially is going to be handing the torch, if you will. What we did was Justin was making us all look so bad because he was so good. So we forced him to step away and said, no. Oh, in all actuality, Justin had a career choice. And obviously we want to, respect everyone's, I mean, the Serious Angler podcast is not the end all be all. And we want to support people that support us. We love Justin. Justin's still going to be a part of the fam. And he wanted to go a different direction. And so we're helping him do so, supporting him in doing so. But with that, we obviously, for folks that listen to Kayak Fishing Weekly, it's probably been a couple months since the last episode. So instead of rushing into anything, we wanted to make sure we're doing it right and finding the right person for it. And the right person for it was right in front of us the whole time. And it just finally, we're getting around to the time to making that jump. So you guys will be hearing Louie's voice at KFW from now on, and that'll be kickstarting here soon in regards to the podcast, the KFW YouTube channel. You'll be seeing it on social media and all across the board, as Louis does a great job of media in general. But we're really excited to have you even more officially on board the squad. And now it's just sky's the limit from here, man. But I think before we start talking about more things Kayak Fishing Weekly, I guess being that this is your first actual Serious Angler episode that you're on, is we have to ask you the questions that we ask everybody else who's first time, and is who is to blame for this lifelong addiction of fishing? How did it all start?
Yeah. So I always tell people when I tell this story, I am the perfect example of the American dream, like incarnate in flesh. My parents came here for a better future from Mexico. They came here, they became citizens, worked super hard to provide a life for us. And, I don't know how many people know this. I'm sure a lot of anglers probably do know this, but fishing, what is fishing and hunting in Mexico? The outdoor scene is giant over there. It's really big. It's a little less regulated. It's a little more of a free for all, when it comes to certain things. But it is literally when my parents came over here, the town that my father came from, Santa Isabel, like if you fish that river, that was like not even a mile away, you fished it to survive. You fished it to eat. You fished it to feed your family. So when my dad came over here, that just translated here. And, he would go on to get a job at a golf course doing landscaping. And, man, after about a year, I already loved fishing. I just loved going to Lanier and fishing from the bank and catching, panfish, bluegill, crappie, whatever would bite, catfish. I didn't see a bass until my dad worked at this golf course. Well, guys, they did this really smart thing. They let this 13-year-old have a golf cart and have access to the entire golf course, and they let me fish it. So I would literally go to sleep watching Bassmaster, like watching Mike Iaconelli yell at the TV. And I would go to sleep at the front door of the apartment. So my dad wouldn't leave to the golf course without me, because he was up like at 4:45 to go mow everything and get it ready for the golfers. I would sleep at the door and head with him to the golf course. They'd give me a golf cart, and I would literally fish the 10 hours that he worked. I would fish all day long.
Oh, that's awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it was a spinning rod. I'll never forget an Abu Garcia spinning rod from Walmart with white trick worms and like neon flukes. And that's all I fished with. And it ruined me, because I was like, this fishing thing is the easiest thing. And this is a golf course pond. It was private. It was untouched. And I thought I was the greatest thing with a spinning rod in my hands. But that's really what like got that passion going inside of me. The first person ever asked me what I wanted to do when I grew up was my mom's mom. And I'll never forget what I told her. I said, I want to be a professional angler. I just didn't know what I was saying at the time. I just wanted to fish. And so that's it. It was history from there. I never stopped from there.
Well, I love the story. One, and Andy, I think you'll get a kick out of this. Going to bed listening to Mike Iaconelli screaming, that it either screams you're very passionate, or there might be something wrong with you and your
or both. Or both. You got
Yeah.
some screws loose,
Yeah.
buddy. But I think we all did that at one point.
Well, I mean, I think we all enjoy the Mike Iaconelli "Never Give Up" like screaming,
Yeah,
but I don't know if I'd ever go to sleep trying to listen to all that.
dude,
That might keep
I
me up
loved
at
it,
night.
man. I was so fascinated by boats, man. We for the first few years, like, man, we grew up with nothing. I mean, we had nothing. My dad, in Mexico, I don't know what this method's called in English, but they would wrap line around Coke cans and they'd leave it out in the river or they'd fish with that. They'd hand line it. I mean, that's how we fished for a while here in the States. And so the idea of like watching these guys like speed around in boats in jerseys, like, just like jacking fish on a swim jig or a buzz bait, like I was like, dude, what is this like this incredible sport, like and and how can I do more of it and how can I do that? How can I get a boat and fish Lake Lanier? I used to think Lake Lanier was the ocean. I mean, it was just massive to me. And I was just always so curious as a little kid, as a teenager, what would it be like to go out there and like just catch bass out of a boat? And man, it was just such a fascination when I was younger.
I don't know if I've ever asked you, but do you have aspirations to have a boat someday, or
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I know if for whoever, like, if anybody follows me on social media, I like to poke fun at that. But
yeah?
yeah, absolutely. I'm all about catching fish, whether it's in a bass boat, a kayak, a jet boat. It doesn't matter to me as long as I'm outside having a good time catching fish. I mean, at this point, it's just about the love of the sport and the love of just being outside and keeping that pure.
By
Oh
any
yeah,
means necessary. Love it.
Yeah, yeah.
love
Well,
it.
it's funny is the reverse is happening with Andy. Is been in the boat now. I'm forcing him to go in the kayak. So this is
Listen,
gonna be fun.
listen.
No
I
way.
started fishing
Please tell me
via
about that.
kayak. Okay, like all of my first fishing trips, like going with my uncle, was on a kayak. And you fish the creek that I grew up fishing a couple weeks ago, and I've probably floated that creek 150 times through my teenage years, and like from like 11 to about 18. I used to
So what are you
walk
worried
with.
about?
I just did it. I haven't fished in a kayak or a canoe since I
We're
was like
we're old now,
17.
man.
Yeah,
We're
like
old.
my hips don't move quite like they used to. My knees need to be oiled every morning, right? Like it just it's a different world, and I love the front deck of my bass boat a lot.
It
But
is,
I
man.
mean,
That's fair.
you know, one part of growth is being uncomfortable, so I'm looking forward to falling out of a kayak trying to set the hook on a frogfish.
God, you'll be
Nice,
just
dude.
fine. You'll be
Hey,
just
what kind of kayak do you have, by the way?
Me, I don't.
Yeah. Oh, not
I'm
yet.
no.
No,
I'm
we're
either
gonna try to get the amazing folks at Morgan Marine, who I work with every year
Yeah.
on the Hobie side, to pawn one on Andy for the couple
for a
days.
day.
But he's gonna well, we're gonna try to get you out Friday so you can at least get comfortable in it, at least get a feel.
Yeah, I got
But
Nice.
that
Yeah,
Friday, Saturday, so we're good.
yeah,
yeah,
you'll be fine in that bad boy, man. It's I'm excited to see that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was at Cabela's earlier, and I was like, I don't have $3,000 right now, but that'd be fun to put in the garage and bring home.
Yeah.
yeah. It
So
is. It is a fun, different style of fishing, and we talk about this all the time. By any means necessary, it doesn't matter how you're fishing as long as you are fishing. And anybody that says otherwise has wrong priorities in place. But it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward, dude, to because we fished many tournaments together in the same boat, but fishing a tournament, I guess not. It doesn't feel like against each other, but I guess like technically competing though, because it's a charity
it's
frog
all for a
only
good
tournament.
cause to get
Yeah.
my butt whooped. I'll
Nice.
accept it.
It's not
Nice.
that's
Dude,
not okay.
that's gonna be a blast, man. I didn't know it was for the frog only tournament. That's good. That's a good intro back into the little plastic boat.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like
He,
some of my absolute favorite memories are fishing out of like a kayak or a paddle boat or like a flat bottom john boat that
Mhm.
doesn't have a motor and you have to row it out with the oars. Like
Oh yeah. Oh
good
yeah.
times, yeah,
Yeah,
good
definitely.
times.
I
Yeah.
wish you could have been there, Andy, for my bachelor party, which was in the Adirondacks, where we were. It
I
was the
wish I was
wildest
there, but
thing.
I'm glad I wasn't there as well from the stories I heard. So I would have been
There
old
was
man
some.
Joe babysitting.
Yes, you would have been Father Andy for sure. There were some shenanigans, but there were also some other shenanigans we can talk about on the show. Which was the little like 4-person paddle, like the pedal boats. You know what I'm talking
Oh
about?
yeah,
Like the little
Mhm.
square deals that you. They
yeah.
had those. So all four of us went in there with likely too much beer, but either way, we were throwing wacky rigs around at lily pads and catching smallmouth, and it made no sense, but it was
That's
That's
awesome.
the most
yeah,
That's
Adirondack
awesome,
thing
man.
ever.
yeah, it is the most Adirondack thing ever, but it was quite a riot. But it's gonna be a fun charity event that Andy's jumping in. 3 fish, like Louis, it's a 3 fish derb, frogs only. There's one
320s,
ramp,
baby. Oh
one
yeah.
Damn.
ramp, so it's shotgun launch in this little creek,
Wow.
which is gonna be hilarious. I can't wait to film it all. I'm
Are
gonna
you
stay
giving this
back and
man?
film.
Are you giving this man a motor? It
I'm
just, or is he
thinking, well,
pedaling it out?
depending on what we get from Morgan Marine, Andy, if you want, you can make the choice. You can take mine with the motor on it, and I'll just
Nah,
go
man,
see if
give
I
me
can get an
that pedal
Outback.
drive. If I'm
Oh
doing it, I'm
man.
doing it
Oh
right. All right.
man.
I gotta work on my hamster wheels, so I could use the leg workout.
You better hit
We'll
that.
see,
You
Louis.
better hit
Louis, we'll
that.
keep
Yeah.
track if when he starts pedaling. We'll see how long he until he gets
See how
tired.
high my heart rate goes up. I'm like, son of a guys, I'm
Listen,
just gonna fish this canal because I know one lake it's like a half mile and the other one's like a mile because I've been there once. I know one is shorter to get to than the other. So, and the only memories I have of that lake was catching fish offshore. I caught 2 big smallmouth, a largemouth, and a 50-inch muskie. So, yeah,
It's gonna be a good time.
not bad. Yeah.
yeah, on a
Weather
football
weather
jig. I
permitting, because I know
remember.
Rudd's gonna come up. It says he's coming up for that event too. So we'll have some out of staters that are gonna come visit and jump in on that. Which, by the way, I think it's this weekend. I'll drop the link in here, but Rudd's actually running his charity event down in Tennessee. And so I'll drop the link down to that. I won't be able to fish that because I'll actually be flying. I'm flying out to Oregon. As this episode drops on a Wednesday, I'm flying out to Boise, Idaho. Deacon is picking me up from the airport. And then tomorrow we are heading up to the Columbia River for the BAM Super 60 event. So we'll be doing coverage on that on social media. But I will be joining Rudd's tournament. I might just dude, I might submit selfies on the water as like my submissions for that tournament, like just something random, just to contribute. But I'm gonna join it just to contribute. But if anybody's looking to contribute as well, because it all to a good cause, put it down below if you guys want to join in. But dude, I'm
This
excited
is
about the
not a
Columbia
time
River.
to submit feet pics. All right, that's the wrong website.
Dude, it's
Dude,
the perfect
you know
time.
what?
It's the perfect time to do it.
Deacon they have the measuring boards in the Super 60 because they use Tourney X. I
Yeah,
should literally just start putting my feet on the board and submit that for the photos.
feet like a finger, just a random bait. Just
We'll
mess
do
with them.
right foot, left foot, middle finger, thumb. Like we'll just do some random stuff. I'll put like the board up the Deacon's butt. Like we'll figure it out. And
Oh
make it fun.
God,
Make it a good time.
he's a runner now. He's got no butt.
Yeah. But I am excited to go out that way. Never been to Idaho and never been to the Columbia River or in Oregon in general. So I'm pretty pumped up about that.
Dude, it's like one of those dream fisheries for me to get to is the Columbia River Basin, but not for bass. Like I want to go out there and chase after like the big time steelhead run they get because some of the rivers that dump in are summer run fisheries, some are winter run, some you can intersect both, and fly fishermen at heart in the wintertime. Like that's just a dream trip for me. So I'm excited for you just to see it because the out west is awesome.
Yeah.
I hate
can't
flying out there, but I love going out there. So
yeah, ain't that the truth? The flight is the worst part. Pending weather, I'll probably force Deacon to at least let me make a cast or two on Sunday, just to say I caught a Columbia River bass. But have you been out that way, Louis?
I have not, man. No, not for fishing. I've been to California. I've been out to Texas a good bit, but that other part, I haven't made it out there. We were supposed to go to, I guess the closest would be Colorado here in a couple of weeks, but we had to reschedule that. So yeah.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, it sounds like fun though. I've heard a lot of great things on a lot of different podcasts about it. So yeah, it's definitely one of those things. My wife definitely wants to go out there and explore. And I told her, I was like, we go out there, I'm fishing, and I'm fishing a good bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got to connect up there. So if he ever finds free time, I'm sure he would take you.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Many a connects, that's for sure, which is cool because I have folks out that way. We're going to the Delta the first weekend of October, and then mid-November, I think, which is opening day gun season here in New York, which I'm a little bit sad about. Not too sad. I'm going to Clear Lake for the championship,
Mhm.
and I have a guy with an extra kayak, so I'm going to stay a couple days and fish Clear Lake in November, which I'm pretty hyped about. But the West is cool, man. The West does not get enough as much love as it does, which is why I really love that we're doing the seriously Western segment, and showcasing the West Coast from a fishing standpoint. But um, definitely going to be, floating some people your way for Kayak Fishing Weekly, like the Damian Taos, the Greg Blanchard, who's West Coast now, but he's a New Yorker and he can't argue that.
Yeah.
But some different folks for the kayak fishing stuff. But man, it's looking forward to getting out there, and it's been a fun year covering the BAM tour stuff, and it's only just beginning. But it's been a lot of crazy travel. I guess to quickly hit on it, last week went to San Antonio, Texas, which San Antonio was an interesting city, very small, but basically visited for the Black Bass Symposium, which was basically a giant meeting of the minds of fisheries biologists from state agencies and private sectors all over the country. There was a lot of states represented, even New York, which I was honestly shocked by, whether they wanted to be there or not. But they were basically there to talk about a lot of, presenting also data that they've been doing on experiments, but also talk about the pressing issues and topics in today. So it was really cool. I mean, I'm sure people have seen all the podcasts we started to put out on it. I'm still have 4 podcasts from that week that we still have to put out, and I think we put out 2 or 3 already. So even from there, we've had podcasts that were from presentations that happened last week that we actually filmed podcasts on since I got home, that we have to put out. Like we did one with Ryan from Maryland. He's a fish manager, fisheries biologist out in Maryland, and he took all of the data from every single fish catch on Major League Fishing's Bass Pro Tour this year and compared the numbers, the catch rates and catch size of the fish caught utilizing forward-facing sonar in the forward-facing sonar period versus the non-forward-facing sonar period, and then compared them for each lake. It was really, really cool. We did a podcast about that, and that's very eye-opening. But some cool stuff to come from there. But a great deal, and they only do it 25 years, every 25 years, which I thought was
You should probably do
ridiculous.
that like every 5 to 10.
Wait, say that again. They only do this every 25 years? Are you
They
serious?
only get together every 25 years, which they're trying to do now every 5. But
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
we got to be doing this every 2. Like with how fast the sport has grown and is growing, and with technology, especially, like
Yeah.
you need to be doing this more often than 25 years. There's no reason I should be 53 the next time we go to the next one.
Yeah,
That's
that's crazy. I thought they were doing it honestly, man. I thought they were doing it yearly. Uh yeah, that's insane.
And I'm sure like their interstates are like collaborating on information, things like that, and people are talking, maybe some
Yeah.
digital conferences, whatever. But that was a really cool meeting the minds of a lot of very intelligent folks across the country, from people out in Idaho, Utah, from Georgia, Texas. A lot of Texas folks there, of course, being in Texas. Georgia. There was Tennessee. There was Alabama. New York was there. A lot of PA and Ohio folks, Minnesota, Wisconsin, even a bunch of folks from Canada, and we're down in there. So it was cool to see all those people coming together, sharing what they've learned. And really, what I loved was the environment of, we might disagree on something, and instead of today's age of I now hate you because we don't agree, it was they asked each other why, and they wanted to figure it out, and they were being constructive about it, and it was actually like being around a bunch of adults, which was nice. Even though I understood maybe half the vocabulary they used, it was a nice environment to be around. Learned a
Sounds
lot
like
of
a
really cool nuggets.
scientist to me.
Yes, yes. Uh, it was an awesome time, and hopefully they have the next one sooner than later, and we bring the whole crew down, because I think you guys would thoroughly enjoy it. But was pretty cool. Wanted to share that with the folks. We have obviously more content coming from that. But Kayak Fishing Weekly, dude. What are your thoughts going forward? What are your visions? Anything you want to share with the folks, or you want to let them just wait and see until the episodes start getting ripped?
No, yeah, I mean, I could share a little bit. Obviously, we want to make a smooth transition where everyone just continues to enjoy what we're putting out, and so it's going to take me a little bit of time to, get adjusted and find that rhythm. But, I'm really looking forward to just continuing to, bring solid guests, solid information and topics that people really care about within the kayak scene and within just fishing in general. Because I think, I don't know how you guys feel about it, but we've really seen an evolution of fishing because of kayak fishing. I
Mhm.
mean, you have such a different crowd of people now who have access to, you know, fishing offshore. It may not be the same as a boat, but fishing offshore, fishing different bodies of water, whether that be rivers or, getting off the grid, stuff like that. I mean, there's just so much that's happened in just the last, I mean, shoot, I could say the last 10 years, but really like the last 3 to 5 years have been just one thing after another. I mean, it's just there's a lot of innovation. So, I'm really excited to just continue to bring those topics to people. And the biggest thing for me is that people take something away and that it just resonates with the community. And so I'm not really big on fluff and doing an episode for the sake of doing an episode. But for those of you guys listening that are kayak anglers and just overall anglers, or maybe you're thinking about getting a kayak, even if you have a boat or you fish from the bank, just know, um, I'm an angler first, and then behind that, I'm a kayak angler. And so it's just really important to me that as we move forward, we hit on things that, again, the community cares about and they want to see.
I think that's what people like to hear too. Is so much nowadays is emphasizing the tournament side, which is fun to cover.
Yeah.
That's not all fishing. It's such a tiny part where I can tell you so many people that listen to Serious Angler, they might, keep up with tournaments. Some of them are avid tournament anglers. There's a large crowd that don't real I shouldn't say they don't care for tournament fishing. It's just not a priority or focus for them. They love
Right.
bass fishing for bass fishing and what it is
Yeah.
in the simple terms of going out and enjoying fishing in its simplest form. And so that's love hearing that, especially from the kayak aspect, because I think a lot of kayak fishing, especially nowadays, is so hyper focused on the competitive aspect that we kind of
Hmm.
sometimes, especially when you look at the industry side with gear and things like that, that we've kind of lost focus of what kayak fishing is in its simplest form. It is that it is simple if you want it to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you do a lot, especially with your style of fishing, like all that shoal bass, that simple river stuff that you do
Hmm.
so well.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, there's something really special about being, I always say tiny plastic boat. There's something special about being, you know, in that small piece of plastic. And, I'll be honest with you guys. Like I use LifeScope and I have no problem with it. And I'm trying to get better with it and adjust and grow. But I've spent like the last 2 months, no, maybe 2.5 months without LiveScope. I just used it for the first time the other day. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I have been having like a blast. I'm talking about like taking me back to when I was a kid type of blast. Just getting out here and fishing and refocusing on, man, what this is really about for all of us. And that's that going back to those memories of being young and being so content and happy with every catch that we had. So it's been a blast.
Love it.
Hell yeah, dude. We'll have to come full circle after this and do a kayak fishing weekly episode about Andy's experience frog fishing from the kayak and
I
his
am so ready.
Yeah.
how to best
It'll
take a
honestly,
stroke on
like,
the duckweed.
it'll probably be an overall positive experience because I've done it before, right? Like, it's just been a long time.
How old were you? How old were you?
Well, I was the last time I fished out of a kayak or a canoe because it was more of a canoe than a kayak. So severe stability issues. It was an old one of those nice long old town like red sided kayaks.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I would sit in the cooler in the middle or have my own little seat with a cushion on the front, or in the back, depending on if it was my nephew and me going out. But yeah, I think 17 was the last time I fished in a canoe. 17 or 18. Yeah, so it's been 16 years.
Bailey, I'm gonna ask you for a favor.
Okay.
I need you to put a GoPro on the back of that kayak, and I need you to. Oh, there it is.
I
No, I
have
don't
one.
want. No, I
Yeah,
don't want.
it'll be
I don't want
POV,
to.
baby.
I don't want the chesty. I don't want the chesty. I want that back set up so I can see everything that happens
Listen, if
during
I
that
stand
tournament.
up, Bailey's caboose takes up 3/4 of the screen. You ain't gonna see
Dude,
anything with my caboose up
dude,
there. So
let's not talk about Bailey's caboose, man. It's not. It's not.
Yeah,
It's
to
too.
me,
It's
it's too
too big.
big.
It's
So
too big for
uncomfortable.
this one episode. Now he's slightly
he's
uncomfortable.
blushing. He's blushing.
A grown man shouldn't have other people talking about his ass. Okay, he's uncomfortable. He doesn't know what to do about it.
Listen, we're
I
all bros here. It's all good.
I would love to stick a camera mount in the back, very back of your kayak, though,
You
Andy,
can.
just for
That's fine.
perspective.
just to see, man, when you jack the hook on a frog or on a fish with a frog, like I just want to see. I just want to see. Will you flip out of the kayak, or will you give the little shake, and then you're going to be good to go? I just want to see it.
You're
I
probably
believe
gonna
in
hear
you,
some
bro.
like some curse words like "oh noes."
I want to see how well you can swim in duckweed. That's how I
It's
wanna-
going to be good. It's going to be good.
Fine. Well, I don't think it's that deep, so we'll be all right. I can probably stand up. It's just, can I get back in?
Yeah, that's it. That's the real
Yeah.
test.
It's always the fun part.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the Hobie eyewear shades in the truck. I'm going to bring swimming goggles with a snorkel. for
Well,
my
you're
swim
good with the
trunks on.
Hobie eyewear shades, bro, because they float.
They
float.
float.
That's
Yeah, they
true.
float.
That's
Yeah.
true. I always forget about that. Yep, we're good. I just got to bring the swim trunks, and then we're good to go.
You
You know how many times, dude, I've like looked over, like going to sight fish, and I'm like sweaty as hell, and they'll come off my face or something like that, and they just plop in the water, and then they rise back up, and I'm like, thank God that there's.
Yeah.
I'm such a klutz, dude. I would have gone through so many shades.
Yeah, mine is I put them on my hat and I go to take my hat off and I like fly. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's mine right there. That's
One of
mine.
my the second Bassmaster Open and second and only of the two that I ever did as a co-angler, I made the stupid decision as we're running down lake. I had my hat off, obviously. I went to go look behind the boat, and my shades went.
Oh, yeah.
Gone.
Especially if there's no counsel in front of you, it's just pure wind blast.
Just wind. Yeah.
It's just wind.
Yep.
60, 70 mile an hour wind. And if you have depending on which direction you're going and the wind is blowing, it only gets worse.
Man.
Yep.
Just cheeks full of air, man.
Oh, yeah.
It was a good day sitting in one spot for 8 hours straight. We didn't move one spot and in the blaring sun without shades. So it was a good time.
Nice.
It was a nice part though, is we didn't move at all, so I couldn't make the same cast, and I would just close my eyes and look down and just make the same cast.
I would have just sat in the seat at that point and just stared.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, that's for story for another day. But
yes.
Anything else we got to cover up on before we wrap this sucker up and people can start following along with what's coming up with Kayak Fishing Weekly?
Oh, man.
Anything else the folks should know about you, Lewis?
No, not really, man. I think they're going to figure it out as we go along. So, yeah, we'll be good to go.
All right. Well, folks, wherever you listen to Serious Angler, obviously, if you've already been listening to Kayak Fishing Weekly, it's just going to resurface wherever you've been listening or following along to it. All the social media stuff is going to be living on Serious Angler for Kayak Fishing Weekly. But podcasts, it's going to be on its own podcast platform of Kayak Fishing Weekly, where it's Apple, Spotify. Same with YouTube. Just look up Kayak Fishing Weekly on YouTube. If you want Louis' waypoints, the social security number, it's all going to be over there. So you can get all that information. But I'm excited that you're even more tied into the group, dude, and excited for the content direction that you're going to take this thing, and looking forward to see it blow up and you not need any of us anymore and kick us to the streets.
Yeah, same here, man. It's going to be a blast. So it's going to be good.
Yeah, we look forward to being kicked to the streets. Thanks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks for agreeing with us. Yeah.
100%. I'm ready.
Heck yeah. Andy, anything else for the folks? Anything coming up? Hey. If folks want to come up and steelhead fish, when does that start?
October, but we're going to try to keep the boat in the water as long as possible. So we have a lot of dates open in September, some in October, and a few in November. So at least the first 2 weeks in November, we're going to try to bass fish as much as possible. So,
heck yeah.
Yeah.
If you come up and book a trip with Andy, I'll treat y'all to some wings.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, there you go.
I came close twice last year to putting a 7-pounder in the boat. It's happening this year.
Hell yeah.
Oof. So, yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, folks, as always, appreciate y'all. Hope you guys like the awesome news that Kayak Fishing Weekly is back and better than ever. And obviously the new addition of Louie to the squad. So we're working out some things for 2026 that hopefully later this fall we'll be able to share with you guys. Some really cool stuff in store. But as always, appreciate y'all. We'll see you on the next one.